Have you ever wondered how artificial intelligence can simulate human conversations so accurately? It's mind-boggling, right? Artificial intelligence, or AI, has become a common part of our everyday lives, subtly shaping our experiences in ways we often don't even notice. One of the most fascinating applications of AI is in chatbots, digital assistants that can respond to our queries and engage us in conversation. These chatbots, like the popular ChatGPT, have the ability to understand and generate human-like text, making them feel almost like talking to another person. But how does this work? How can a machine understand language, a distinctly human invention, well enough to hold a conversation? And more importantly, how can it generate responses that feel so human? Today, we will unravel the mysteries behind ChatGPT, a remarkable AI chatbot. So, what exactly is ChatGPT? Well, ChatGPT is a marvel in the world of artificial intelligence. It's a chatbot, or to be more precise, an AI language model developed by OpenAI. Now, what does it do? Its primary function is to simulate human-like text. That's right, it can generate text that's so human-like you might just forget you're conversing with a machine. But how does it accomplish this feat? It's all thanks to the GPT model, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. This model is the backbone of ChatGPT, the secret sauce, if you may. It's what enables the chatbot to generate responses based on the input it receives. In essence, ChatGPT is a sophisticated piece of AI technology that is capable of mimicking human conversation in a way that's uncannily realistic. Now that we have an idea of what ChatGPT is, let's delve into how it works. ChatGPT functions based on something called a transformer neural network model. Now let's break that down. Imagine the transformer model as a hyper-attentive student in a classroom. It's constantly observing, learning, and absorbing information from the text data it's fed. This model is incredibly adept at detecting patterns in language. It's like the world's best detective, picking up on clues that can be as subtle as the placement of a comma or as complex as the nuances of a joke. It learns grammar rules, idioms, facts about the world, and even some reasoning abilities, all from the data it's given. Now, how does this learning translate into conversation? Let's think of it as a game of prediction. ChatGPT generates responses word by word, constantly predicting the next word based on the ones it has already produced. It's like a suspense novelist, always thinking a few steps ahead, crafting a response that flows naturally from the dialogue. But it doesn't just rely on the immediate conversation. It takes into account the entire context, the big picture, if you will. That's why it can keep up with complex and shifting topics, and why its responses often feel so relevant and timely. This doesn't mean it's perfect, though. Like any student, it can make mistakes. It might misinterpret a phrase or fail to catch a subtle implication. But every mistake is a learning opportunity, and the model is always improving, always refining its understanding of the language. So, in essence, the mechanics of ChatGPT can be compared to a human child learning a language. It starts with no knowledge, but as it absorbs information, it begins to mimic what it sees. It learns to understand context, to predict, and to respond. It's a fascinating blend of technology and psychology, of artificial intelligence and natural learning processes. In essence, ChatGPT learns language just like a human child does by absorbing information and mimicking it. But how does ChatGPT learn from text data, you might ask? Well, it's a fascinating two-step process of pre-training and fine-tuning. In the first step, pre-training, ChatGPT learns from a large dataset of internet text. Imagine it as a young student, absorbing the vast ocean of knowledge from countless books, articles, and web pages. But it's not just memorizing every word. Instead, it's learning to predict the next word in a sentence. By doing this millions of times over, the model begins to understand grammar, facts about the world, and even some reasoning abilities. It's like learning a language by immersion, picking up patterns and rules over time. But here's an interesting point. ChatGPT does not know specifics about the documents in its training set. It doesn't know where the information came from or who wrote it. It doesn't have access to any specific documents or sources. It's like learning a language in a dream without any clear memory of the lessons. The second step is fine-tuning. This is where ChatGPT sharpens its skills. It's similar to a student working with a tutor, refining their knowledge based on specific guidelines. In this stage, the model is trained on a narrower dataset, chosen by OpenAI. It's given feedback on its outputs, and it learns to adjust its responses based on that feedback. This process helps to align the model's behavior with human values, ensuring it generates safe and useful responses. So, in essence, ChatGPT is like a diligent student. It learns from a broad range of text during pre-training, and then hones its skills during fine-tuning. It doesn't have a memory of specific books or authors, but it carries the knowledge it's gained from its training. This process is a marvel of modern AI. It's how ChatGPT learns to understand and generate human-like text. It's how it becomes a helpful assistant, a creative writer, or a friendly companion. So, through pre-training and fine-tuning, ChatGPT becomes adept at generating human-like text. ChatGPT is often mistaken for a human, but how intelligent is it really? This is a question that often comes up in discussions about artificial intelligence, and the answer might surprise you. ChatGPT, despite its impressive abilities, has some significant limitations. It doesn't actually understand or think in the way that humans do. It's not capable of original thought or independent reasoning. Instead, it's a complex pattern recognition system. It uses the vast amount of text data it has been trained on to predict the most likely response to a given input. It's like an incredibly sophisticated parrot, repeating phrases it has learned, but with no comprehension of their meaning. This lack of understanding becomes obvious when ChatGPT generates responses that are clearly incorrect or nonsensical. For example, it might agree with a statement that contradicts something it said earlier, or it might generate a response that is grammatically correct, but makes no sense in the context of the conversation. This is because ChatGPT doesn't have a memory or a consistent identity. It doesn't have beliefs, opinions, or desires. It simply generates responses based on patterns it has learned. Moreover, ChatGPT's responses are completely determined by the data it has been trained on. It has no ability to learn from its mistakes or to adapt its behavior based on new information. It can't reflect on its past interactions or anticipate future ones. It's entirely reactive, not proactive. Despite these limitations, ChatGPT is an incredibly powerful tool. Its ability to generate coherent, contextually appropriate responses to a wide range of inputs is truly impressive. It can be a useful aid in a variety of tasks, from drafting emails to writing code. But it's important to keep in mind what ChatGPT is and what it isn't. It's a sophisticated piece of software, a remarkable achievement of engineering and data science. But it's not a person. It's not capable of understanding, thought, or consciousness. While ChatGPT is a powerful tool, it's important to remember that it is not truly intelligent in the way humans are. ChatGPT has made great strides in language simulation, but what does the future hold? Let's dive into the potential future improvements and applications of ChatGPT and similar models. The world of artificial intelligence is ever evolving, and the advances we've seen in recent years are just the tip of the iceberg. As we continue to refine, develop, and understand AI models like ChatGPT, we're opening the doorway to a future brimming with possibilities. Imagine, for instance, a world where personal AI assistants are so advanced that they can understand not just what you're saying, but also the context behind it. They could help manage your day, answer complex queries, or even engage in meaningful conversations, providing companionship for those who need it. In the realm of education, ChatGPT could revolutionize the way we learn. It could offer personalized tutoring, adapting its teaching style to each student's unique learning needs. It could also be used as a tool to help those learning a new language, offering instant translation and language practice. The business world could also benefit immensely from ChatGPT and its future iterations. Imagine AI-powered customer service that can understand and respond to user queries with the same nuance and understanding as a human agent. The possibilities for improved efficiency and customer satisfaction are truly exciting. But these future improvements and applications aren't just going to happen overnight. They require continued research and development in the field of AI. We need to keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible, investing in the technology, and addressing the ethical considerations that come with it. In the end, the future of ChatGPT and similar models is a journey of discovery. It's about exploring the full potential of artificial intelligence and using it to create a world that's more efficient, more inclusive, and more exciting. As we continue to refine and develop AI models like ChatGPT, Who knows what possibilities the future may hold? The only thing we can say for sure is that it's going to be a fascinating ride.